data included, personal identifiable information, such as name, date of birth, social security number, address, phone number, etc. It's considered one of the largest breaches in history. And it is very, very likely that if you live in the United States, your data was part of that breach. And so all of this just tells you that your data most likely is out there. It's available for hackers to use it against you. It's available for hackers to purchase and then use it. Think about if they get their hands on your social security number, they can open credit under your name. So as somebody who lives in the US, you have to assume that somebody already has your data, and if they want to, they can use it. So I would like to hand it now over to Veena, who's going to tell you a little bit about the common cyber threats that we're seeing being pursued by those threat actors. Veena?
Thank you, Gordon. As technology evolves, bad actors or cyber criminals or these hackers use innovative techniques and tactics to trick you into giving the information. They use top threats, top techniques, and impact our real lives. I'm going to talk about some of these top threats, like Gordon said, which are financially motivated to get your information and to get more money from you. Some of the top threats that we see here is phishing. Think of it like fishing in the pond. This is similar to think yourself as a fish in the pond. Bad actors use the fake emails and text as a bait to trick you into giving information. They get the information and get you to send more information and somehow trick you to giving sensitive information like credit card information, your passwords, your financial information, your social media account, your email. And the next one that we are going to see is password theft. I'm sure everybody reads the newspaper and you hear about a lot of cybersecurity breaches. These threat actors, with the cybersecurity breaches, they get hold of bulk load of data. This bulk load of data has your accounts, your social media data, your email, your passwords, and your financial information. These hackers steal the passwords and use it to their benefit to get access to your bank account and steal more money and steal sensitive information from you. The next, we're going to see social engineering. As the hackers get these data through the breaches, they get hold of your social media account. They use your social media account to seem like they are a trustworthy friend, they are next door neighbor. They trick you, they manipulate you to give more information. They impersonate as your trusted friend, as your trusted boss, and get access to all your accounts and sensitive information, including your SSN, including your driver's license. And as and when they get more information, this creates a chain of events, a digital footprint for each one of you, and they use it to their benefit to increase the number of attacks. The next that you see is online shopping scam. Who doesn't like a 50% in your favorite shopping mart? Maybe it's Macy's, maybe it's Banana Republic, be it Thanksgiving or Christmas. This is the time that they use these kind of deals to trick you into giving more information. They create the same design, the same look and feel of the website and launch it as a fake website. How many random websites, how many random messages tricking you to click on it to get the small information that you would leak so that they could use it and again launch more attacks to get more data from you. They use these data to trick your trustworthy friend, someone you love, someone you know. Maybe it's your kid, maybe it's somebody, your friend. They trick you into getting the information and reaching that person, or maybe your trusted friend, sounding like it's you, and make them believe that that message is from you and making them believe that that site is from you. Social media risk. The bad actors have a habit of creating fake accounts in your name, manipulating you, and getting more information from you. By doing this, they not only get more information from you, but also your sensitive data, your identity from you. The next that we see is AI. Yes, we are in the AI age, and this is the time where we see a lot of application that could mimic your voice, that could create you, a video of you looking like you. Bad actors have the same tools that you use day in, day out to use for themselves, create your voice and sound like you over the phone. They might give a call to your next door neighbor. They might give a call to your friend. And again, somebody you know, and sound like it's you to kind of lure them into get to transfer a lot of money. Now that I've talked about different top threats that bad actor impact your life, I'm going to give you some details that help you understand what these attacks are. Phishing scams. As I said earlier, these cyber criminals are nothing but financially motivated. These cyber criminals send you a text that could be a trusted message from somebody you know and kind of let you give away sensitive information that you normally wouldn't. And this is their way of social engineering and getting more information from you. And how many of us download, a web browser update, an application that could help you with a PowerPoint presentation, or that could help you develop a timeline? These applications, when downloaded, one has to keep in mind, have all the settings open. By keeping all the settings open, it is unsecure, which again gives a way to the bad actor to kind of get a lot of information from you by your actions when you visit the website and also by the information that you submit to the site. The next, sometimes when you visit a site, we share limited information with just the important ones with the asterisks, but sometimes we tend to share more information. The more information that you share, you leave a digital footprint. The more information you share, that same information is used against you. It is used to, again, trick, lure you into giving more critical, sensitive information in your life. It could be your health information. It could be your paycheck. It could be where you work. And these bad actors use the same information to create a fake profile. It could be a fake Veena profile where they sound like me, they seem like me, and also have all my data and look alike like me, and that they could trick my friend or my boss. And again, they create a lot of random links just to kind of make sure during the series of them sending the messages, maybe their one hope that you'll click that one link with that one click that will give away all your information. And all it takes is one link for you to fall as a bait, as the fish in the pond. Don't be the fish in the pond. And this, again, the data itself is used by these attackers to manipulate you to giving more information. Looking at the other attacks, as I pointed earlier, fake websites to get you to give away debit card information, payment information, so they can call somebody and wire transfer you all the money. Unsecure payments, where you would submit the debit card and they could take away a lot of money from that account. The next one is data theft. As I pointed out, these data breaches that you read day in, day out give away a lot of information. A lot of information is stored in critical locations. These bad actors use the same information to launch an attack against you. And when you go to Starbucks or when you go to an airport, there's always public Wi-Fi. When you use public Wi-Fi, that is again an easy way for them to get in and get all your information. Last but not the least, all these things, all these ones that look real, that sound like me, that look like me, are too good to be true and too good to kind of trick you to giving away more information. Now that I shared with you all these top threats, Gordon is going to help us understand how to protect our information.
Yeah, thank you, Veena. So as Veena outlined, there are many different ways how threat actors attempt to trick you into using either unsafe digital resources or lure you into providing information that they can use then for personal financial gain. So what are some things that you can pay attention to, or what are cyber hygiene best practices that can help you to protect yourself? Be wary of unsolicited calls asking for sensitive information. Often these scammers and threat actors attempt to use phone calls or text messages to lure you into providing sensitive information, such as your personal user ID of a service, or your password, or your social security number, or any other identifiable information about you. Typically, legitimate organizations, would not call you and ask for your social security number or your date of birth per se, or your user ID and your password. So always be wary when you get phone calls from so-called legitimate organizations that they're asking you for this information. Most likely, it's going to be a scammer attempting to try to get information from you that they can then use. Use strong and unique passwords. Threat actors today have technology in place that allows them to crack passwords of 8 characters length within a few hours. So it is imperative that you use strong passwords for all your digital services that you use. Your bank, your shopping websites, your email accounts, your social media accounts. And so today, at a minimum, what is considered secure would be 12 characters long with a mixture of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Now, obviously, this can be very hard to remember. So you can turn these passwords into passphrases. For example, so you could use a passphrase called, "This is my house," and then replace the letter I with the number 1 and the letter O out of house with the @ symbol, and you have a fairly secure password that is not easily crackable. However, if your digital footprint looks like mine, and I have probably north of 300 digital services for which I have different user ID and passwords, it is super hard to remember all that. So don't write it down. I would strongly recommend that you use a password manager like LastPass or Dashlane that are basically helping you to store all those passwords and the user ID in a centralized service. And then you only have to remember one user ID and password. It's the user ID and password that you use for your password management service. Now, I would also strongly recommend if you make that password super long. So we're talking about 16 or more characters to make sure that all your other, credentials that you have stored in the password service are safe. Next, enable multi-factor authentication. And this is kind of related to user ID and password management. As I mentioned earlier, threat actors have technology now that they can use to crack passwords fairly easily. One way also to combat this is to basically use more than one factor of authentication when signing into a digital service. So, for example, banks do this. I think pretty much every bank these days is doing this. So you have a unique user ID and a password, which is something that you know, right? And then they send you a text message with a PIN code to your phone, which is something that you have.